Whitfield with CSBN. Today we have a very special guest, but first he would like for us to acknowledge the owner of a very special and upstart league, Miss Edie Thompson. This is the Sooner State Collegiate League, and our guest today is Chris Wimmer. He's the commissioner of the league. Chris, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk to you guys, so thanks for having me.
We really appreciate you coming on today. So the first thing I want to get into, there is a lot of history with the word Sooner State League in the state of Oklahoma. This league went from 1947 to 1957. Do you have any connection with the old league in the naming of your upstart league here?
Well, only the history of it. You know, I know the history, and obviously when you use the word Sooner, that's a big word here in the state of Oklahoma. So, you know, when we started this league last year, it was under a different name, but the principle behind it is still the same. You know, I have a son who's a freshman in college right now, and I've seen a need over the last 3-4 years to where these kids that are going off to college, their senior summers going into their freshman year in college, and even current college players, you know, that are needing high-level competition. So I know the history of it. It's never really taken off in the state of Oklahoma. So as I've been involved in the industry for a long time, and then having a son involved, I have really seen the need for, you know, a collegiate league in the state of Oklahoma that can provide these kids, and obviously not all of them can, and particularly this year, you know, not all of them can afford to travel or go, you know, are invited to go to some of these collegiate leagues that are in different states, you know. So that's why, you know, I'm obviously very passionate. The people I work with, we're very passionate about helping kids get to the next level and then helping them stay, you know, at the current level that they're at. And a lot of kids that we've talked to, and again, I've talked to a ton of college coaches, you know, informing this and doing this, that, you know, their number one concern is that the younger players and the incoming players are just not ready for the speed of the game. And it's at all levels, junior college, D2, Division I. You know, they are not as hard as they try, and some of them think they have it figured out. They're just not ready for the speed of the game at the next level. So that's kind of the principle behind this. And again, you know, the Sooner State Collegiate League, you know, we're hoping is going to provide that platform.
How important is it to get these college kids playing time with most of them, their entire spring season canceled? It's going to be a lot of getting used to get back into a game that requires so much rhythm and day-to-day grind. What kind of an impact will your league have on the players that you get there? Yeah,
and I mean, I think this year obviously takes on a new meaning with what's going on in our country, obviously in our world. You know, so again, it's, you know, that's what we're trying to provide, this platform that, you know, some kids were scheduled to go off and play in different leagues, and, you know, obviously the travel, the situations now with going somewhere, the accommodations, you know, everybody may not be comfortable with those, even if the bans are lifted and you know, we're able to get back to some normalcy. And there's a lot of kids around the state, close to the state, that, you know, didn't get very much playing in this spring. And so it takes on a different meaning to where, you know, to get some high-level competition, you know, before they either are going in for the first time or, you know, they got their seasons cut short, to where they can, you know, be ready to go back whenever that's going to be, if it's in the fall. And, you know, to be out almost, again, you know, and having a son that was in the SEC and, you know, just getting a taste of it, you know, to have to sit out and not be able to do anything except conditioning and, you know, even lifting weights can be tough right now with everything being shut down. It takes on a new meaning to be able to get out and play some high-level games, you know, soon without having to take 6 or so months off.
Yeah, sooner than later would be optimal. Had to throw that in there. So are you guys all based in the city of Tulsa? I did a little bit of research, and from what I found, all your teams are in the Tulsa metro area. Is that correct?
No, we're actually Oklahoma City area.
Okay, okay.
So, but again, Tulsa is, hour and 15, hour and a half away. So, Oral Roberts is there. And so, we're, again, players that, the accommodations, we don't currently have host families and things of that nature. So it's, players that can get here and be comfortable with the accommodations of, um, you know, uh, commuting to games back and forth, a couple times a week to play.
So Oklahoma City, that's kind of the heart of an area that can see a lot of unpredictable weather, especially in May and June. Having had a league in the same area last year, what types of things can you do to alleviate that burden that stormy weather and heavy rain can have? It says in Oklahoma, 1/4 of all the rainfall happens in early summer and late spring.
Yeah, we've become good schedulers. So, when you have to reschedule games or, we're currently have a couple sites, but, having turf helps. So, we managed last year. We had to, work around, push days back or do double headers, things of that nature. There always seems to be a way to get these games in, and having different sites and the ability to, hopefully find some turf and adjust if weather, plays a factor.
It's an advantage to have experience moving things around as is with the way things are right now.
Yeah.
So what conferences and divisions are you mostly drawing from, or do you already have signups for? Is it a lot of D1? Or are you getting a lot of community college, JUCO, NAIA?
Yeah, this year, like I said, it's taken on a different meaning. We're currently in contact with OU, Oklahoma State, Oral Roberts. Again, we have good relationships with the smaller schools around. That last year was, I would say predominantly, but we had kids, from the Big 12, the SEC last year. It's looking like that could be more prevalent this year. Like I said, I hope my son he's scheduled to go out and play in another league, but again, he'll play in this league if he's not able to go out. So, we'll have, again, we want a quality league, but again, we want to serve the purpose for all leagues, the upper end Division I's down to, the junior colleges, NAIA, to where all of these, even like I said, the players that are committed to go out and play, again, I have seen a real need. There are times where I'm having to talk, a high school senior who has a commitment somewhere. For some reason, they all want to pump the brakes. They all feel like, oh, I've got my commitment. Everything's good. I'm ready to go. I'm going to take the summer off. I'm going to work out, and I'm going to be ready to go in there. Well, again, baseball players need to play, and pitchers need to throw, hitters need to hit. And again, what we've seen, the big concern is that the guys, for whatever level they go into, they're just not ready for the speed of the game. So the best way to do that is for them to see 95, for them to see good breaking balls, for them to see, balls coming off the bat with high exit velocities. That's the only way you can really get prepared. So again, that's the premise and the basis, behind this league that we're trying to do.
Yeah, so you mentioned Oral Roberts and you mentioned Oklahoma. You guys have a coach that has had experience at both of those programs, Coach Sonny Galloway. He's going to be on for 2020. Am I right about that?
You are, yeah. I spoke to Coach Galloway a week or so ago, and again, he has a son who was a freshman in college at Seminole State this year as well, and so he's got some skin in the game as well, and so yeah, we have some good people associated with this league, and we're really excited about it. So he's going to be a part of it. His son will be a part of it, and Coach Galloway and I have some of the same but similar beliefs in how to coach player development. Obviously, record speaks for itself in what kind of college coach, in the past that he was. And he obviously buys into this. He sees the need for, college players to, play good competition as much as they can. So yeah, we're excited about it.
Yeah, for those of you watching this not familiar with Galloway's record, in the state of Oklahoma, he went 681, 337, and 1. So that's a pretty darn good record for those clubs. The potential of playing in a league with no fans has been talked about pretty much across the board in every spectator sport. Are you guys prepared to do that? And are there going to be certain measures you can have some fans come in? What's your plan going forward as we sit here right now?
Yeah, again, there's obviously some uncertainty that I can't really, I wish I could speak better about, but we're prepared. Again, I think the most important part is for the players to be able to play. Again, that's the basis behind this. This isn't we're not trying to see how much money we can make on gate fees and stuff like that. So we have just recently developed a partnership with 5 tool tournament groups, which we are extremely excited about. They put on amazing showcase tournaments. They're going to, here in year one, going to be heavily involved in the, promoting of players, the social media part of it. So that's really, we did last year, we did see some kids that got better opportunities than what they had leading into, the summer collegiate league. So, we were in hopes we would prefer, because, we had some games where there was, 50, between 50 and a couple hundred people at some of the games, so, the players would prefer that. Everybody would prefer that on both sides, but, we're prepared, because again, the most important part is for these kids to be able to go out and play competitively. So that's kind of what we're prepared for.
Fantastic, Coach Wimmer. Well, we're going to hope, along with you, that you have games with no rain, and that your ballparks have hot dog meat, and that you got some people there that can eat them if they want to. And good luck to your son. I'm currently broadcasting from South Carolina. That is where CSBN, the headquarters, is located, right here in North Myrtle Beach.
Oh, very cool.
So we're glad he could come to the Palmetto State and try to show off his skills.
Thank you. Yeah, he's unfortunately, it obviously got cut short, but everybody needs to continue to work hard, and so I appreciate that.
Well, Commissioner Wimmer, thank you for coming on with us today and giving us a little bit of insight into your a very young league, the Sooner State Collegiate League. We really appreciate your time. Thank you for joining with us, and best of luck to you in the future.
No, thank you guys very much. I appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk about it. Again, this is for the players, and we hope to enhance what they're doing, and so I appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk about it.
This has been Skyler Whitfield with CSBN Southeast. Thank you.